I hardly know where to begin. Way up in the branches of a tree, way up in the air. If you're looking, you might see the food that grows up there in a tree. Apples, peaches, plums, and pears, limes and lemons grow up there. Clumps of cherries grow to be the fruits that come from a tree.
Way up in the branches of a tree, way up in the air. If you're looking, you might see the food that grows up there in a tree.
Walnuts, almonds, chestnuts too, we can eat like the squirrels all do. On those branches I can see a tasty snack for me.
Way up in the branches of a tree, way up in the air. If you're looking, you might see the food that grows up there in a tree.
A great big orange that you can peel, maple syrup for a pancake meal. Isn't it wonderful? There can be food that comes from a tree.
Way up in the branches of a tree, way up in the air.
If you're looking, you might see the food that grows up there in a tree.
If you're looking, you might see the food that grows up there in a tree.
I never knew there were so many things that came from trees.
Yeah, I know.
And food isn't the only thing we get from trees. We also get paper and wood for building things.
Things like our treehouse?
Right. And the people who cut down trees to make the wood are called lumberjacks. Of course, you all know the story of Paul Bunyan.
Paul who?
Paul Bunyan, the greatest lumberjack of them all. He's only make-believe, but the stories about him are lots of fun. More than 100 years ago, Paul Bunyan walked this land. A giant taller than the trees, an axe held in his hand. He was the greatest lumberjack who ever chopped down trees. He made rivers where he dragged his axe, blew clouds off when he sneezed. He knew that people everywhere could use a lot of wood. So Paul cut down the toughest trees no other logger could. He chopped them left. He chopped them right. He even cut through rocks. And the fallen trees were dragged away by Babe, his pet blue ox. And every time he felled a tree by giving it a whack, Paul Bunyan planted one new seed so a new tree would grow back. All this was many years ago, the gentle giant's gone. But as long as there are trees, his legend will live on. The end. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I think it would be so cool to be a giant like Paul Bunyan.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'd like to grow up to be that big. It would really neat. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if any of you will grow that big, but even Paul Bunyan had to grow the same way that you do, one day at a time.
Growing, we do it every day. We're growing when we're sleeping, and even when we play. And as we grow a little older, we can do more things because I'm growing, and so are you. We say we grow a little taller, a little bigger, that's taller, and we grow a little friendlier too. We try to be a little nicer as we grow each day because I'm growing, and so are you. Because I'm growing, and so are you.
I
think it's neat to learn about trees.
Oh, it's true. There's a lot to know.
There are so many shapes and sizes. And all the great things that come from trees.
I guess that's just about everything there is to know about trees.
Whoa. Hold on. You haven't mentioned one of the very best things about trees yet.
We haven't?
Why, no, you haven't. I do believe that you've forgotten that trees can also be homes. Homes for birds, and homes for insects,
And for cute, cuddly, snuggly, little, fuzzy, furry forest animals. Like me.
Scooter and Miss Etta are right. Lots of different creatures can live in trees.